Right, Rich.
Hello.
We're doing another episode of Smiling Friends.
Let's go.
This time, we're making an episode around a cut character from the show.
Yeah.
The blue janitor guy. Immediately, you had an idea.
Yeah, do you want to turn him into the next Billboard topping musician?
Yeah. Well, Mr. Boss tells them they've got to make him smile because he's been feeling down. But the problem is, the blue janitor guy doesn't speak. He only sprays his, little spray bottle.
Yeah, so what if, so at the beginning, Mr. Boss says, guys, he really wants to break into the music industry, he told me. We had a long discussion about it earlier. And then he goes, so of course I've got to go do things that the Mr. Boss would do now, so see you later, guys. And then he just goes. And then Charlie's like, so what kind of music do you like? And then he just sprays the bottle, and he keeps spraying the bottle. And then Pim's like, can you not speak, blue janitor guy? What's your name? And he just keeps spraying it, and Charlie's like, Mr. Boss speaks spray bottle, doesn't he?
And then Pim, spray bottle.
Yeah. And then Gleb goes, and then he opens his phone, and then he already texted Mr. Boss, and Mr. Boss says, oh yeah, I learned spray bottle, that's my native tongue. Sorry, guys. Sure, you'll work it out though. And then so we have our beginning, and they're like, fuck, how are we going to turn him into a musician when he doesn't play any instruments or speak any words?
I feel like Charlie is someone who occasionally DJs.
Yeah.
So do you reckon he'll have equipment and stuff?
Yes, I reckon each of the Smiling Friends test out a genre.
Okay.
So Charlie goes, well, it's a good thing that I'm a DJ because it's mostly random sounds anyway. And then, so he takes them to theirs, and he's like sampling remixes and stuff like that. And then he just gets Blue Janitor guy to spray it, and then he can turn it into an instrument, and he makes a hit single. So
they need to get the spray guy to spray it into the microphone. Do you think he'd listen to that? Or do you think they'd have to move the microphone around and just try and get it? I feel like
he gets shy. They're like, dude, you've been doing it all day. Just press the trigger, and then he starts crying, and he runs away, and then Charlie's like, "Oh fuck this dude, I'm just gonna spray it myself." And then Pim's like, "No, Charlie, it's not his then."
How's that making him smile if he just did it himself?
And it's like, I think maybe he just, he put too much pressure on him. Maybe we can try my music out. And Charlie's like, Pim, no one likes listening to chill beats. Lo-fi hip-hop chill beats to study to, okay, Pim? No one goes to a gig to see that. So Pim brings in some equipment, and then he tries to like Blue Janitor guy when recording. He tries to catch him unawares. Since then, he's ran out of water and he can't spray anymore, so it just sounds like a okay. Okay, a little quick.
He can do one thing.
yeah, he can only do that. And then Charlie's like, oh, you just got to refill it, Mr. Blue Janitor guy. You've probably done that before. And then Alan is like, I think I've seen Mr. Boss do it for him, actually. And Charlie's like, wait, so the janitor doesn't know how to refill a bottle. And he just presses that. The boss hired him because he's just good at spraying. And he just thinks that's what janitors do, spray walls. Instead of wiping them down and cleaning it down. And Charlie's like, I fucking wonder why the walls are just wet all the time. Dude doesn't wipe it down. So they refill it with water, but in the process, the water gets spilled on all the electrical equipment. Blue Janitor guy has been spraying that much that he sprayed all the equipment in his broke. So it just short fuses. And then Gleb turns up with the guitar for acoustics, and he's like, Gleb whips out a Boss solo. It's just basically a whole song that Gleb makes, and then there's no bit for the spray bottle.
Maybe he does the entire riff, and then there's just 5 seconds of silence at the end, and then pss, pss.
yeah. And then Charlie turns the pin and goes, that's not gonna work.
I love the idea that this long, beautiful guitar solo, tears in Charlie's eyes, and then just silence, and then pss, pss.
And then pss, pss, blank. So they're at the wit's end, and then Charlie turns up to the janitor guy and goes, dude, you're a genius. And he just clicks play, and it's like the spray bottle doing a perfect cover of Careless Whisper.
Right, are you saying that he's put this online and it's getting like millions of views?
Yeah, and like janitor guy's made up, and then Pim's like, "How did you do that?" Charlie's like, "I just put it into the AI generator." Spray bottle cover of Careless Whisper.
He just AI generated it.
Yeah. And then spray bottle guy thinks he done that. Yeah,
he thinks he's dead talented.
Like he totally believes it. And then an agent rings him and is like, "Man, you've got some talent." I think he gets it. He goes on a tour, and I think the final bit of the episode, Mr. Boss congratulates them. As they saying, in spray bottle land.
I imagine it ends on them all laughing like they understood his joke.
Yeah. They're watching the first concert and it's just spray bottle guy. Maybe it's like, you know, when Chang, he's like working with Spielberg in Community, but like he gets fired because he's like, he doesn't do any acting. All he does is like pretend to be a bad boy. So that's what happened to spray bottle guy. He's just constantly in the news. Spray bottle guy kills 3 children. in drunk driving accidents with Paul Walker. And it's like,
oh god. Smile and Friends likes to do like alternative history. Have you just brought Paul Walker back to life to kill him in the same way again?
"You're too fast for me, blue janitor guy. You're living life on the edge."
Okay.
But anyway, when he finally like actually does a tour, he just sprays his bottle once and leaves, and then he gets heralded as like a meta-modernist genius who's deconstructing the narrative of what a gig is. You know what I mean?
He's like what Kanye thinks he is.
Yeah.